welcome back to my channel. We're gonna start off very quickly by putting Pore Vanisher all over my face, and this is by Loreal. Then we're gonna start off with our eyes, and we're gonna be putting a primer. I'm using Painterly Paint Pot in the color Soft Ochre. You definitely want to have some sort of base on your eyelids so that your makeup stays on the whole entire night. I'm going to be basing my entire look by this Lorac palette called the Lorac Lace Palette. And then I'm going to be using their black color, which is called Risque. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but I'm going to be doing a very heavy crease on my eye. Don't be worried if you really don't know how to do a crease on the eye. We're going to be using a Q-tip later on, which is right now actually, to perfect this and then go back and add a lot more eyeshadow. After this, we're going to be using the color Stunner, and it is a very light bronze with a bit of shimmer, just like I described it in the description. But I'm going to be using this as a base, and then we're going to be using a different color that's a bit more coppery at the ends. And this is basically how I do it. I did spray Fix Plus so that it does stay a lot longer and it's more pigmented. We're going to be doing this to both eyes, and I kept adding and adding more. So if you guys figure that it's not enough shimmer, then keep putting on a bit more shimmer. Now we're going to be going with the color Knockout. Again, I am spraying Fix Plus, and we're only going to focus this on the corners of our eyes to kind of, blend in these colors. Once you're done with this, we're going to get a fluffy brush or a blending brush, whatever you want to call it, and we're going to start mixing the color Smolder. This is a bit more gray since we did already use a black color, and what we're going to do is we're going to mix as much as we can. Do not be scared to mix as much as you can. The whole point is so that it looks extremely blended. Don't worry if you pass the eyebrow bone or anything like that. We're going to go back and use a Q-tip to fix that issue. Once you're done with that, we're going to get a fluffy brush and we're going to blend. Then we're going to be using the color Lust. This is a very cream color with shimmer, so a highlight definitely for your eyebrow bone. I definitely love this color. And after that, once you think you have enough product, you're going to just blend away. After that, we're going to use a Q-tip to just fix everything. If you guys wanted to, you guys could have used tape, but I prefer to use Q-tips to clean that area. And this is basically how it's looking like. Then we're going to go in with the color Lust, and we're going to be putting it in the corners of our eyes. And then after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get a little fluffy brush, and then I'm going to kind of clean it just very gently. Then you're going to take your Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner or whichever eyeliner you prefer, and you're going to do a wing liner. This is obviously optional. After that, I'm going to be curling my eyelashes to get them ready to put my falsies. But before that, I am going to get my favorite mascara, which is right now the Voluminous Mascara. And then I'm going to be putting my Ardell Invisible Bands Demi Wispies in the color Black. And then this is basically how it looks. After that, we're going to be doing our eyebrows. You guys can do whatever you want with your eyebrows, but this has been my routine for years now, and it's the colors Concrete and Charcoal Brown by MAC. I mixed these two colors to get my perfect eyebrow. The next thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using two foundations, which is the W7 and the W6 in the L'Oreal True Match. I could have done MAC, you guys, but I chose to do something drugstore in case you guys are trying to see what works best. I'm going to be using the darker color on the, I guess if you see it as a circle, I'm going to be doing the dark on the outside, and in the inside of the circle, I'm going to be doing the lighter, which is W6. This is to very much highlight certain areas. Of course, I'm going to go in later on to highlight with other things, but I really want you guys to pay attention to how I am using my beauty blender. I definitely do the darker colors first, and then I go in and I do the lighter colors. Make sure though that you guys do not put too much foundation underneath your eyes. That area tends to be very sensitive, and we are going to go in with concealer later on to cover that area. This is basically how it's looking like. Now I'm going to go in with my Prep and Prime highlighters from MAC. I absolutely love these, you guys. I'm going to go in first with the color Bright Forecast, and then I'm going to be putting this on the T-zone areas. So as you guys can see, I'm putting basically a line between my nose, and I'm highlighting just like I am doing right now. And then I go in with the color Light Boost, just a little bit, I guess you can say, on top of my cheekbones. And then I mix very, very carefully. I know that I'm speeding the process, but this takes time, you guys. You obviously do not want to pile too much product, and you want to be careful with the makeup that you already have on. Now we're going to get long-lasting concealers, and I'm using my MAC Pro Longwear concealers. I'm using 2 colors so that it is perfect for my skin complexion. I'm using NW25 and NW20. And I know you guys are probably wondering why I am putting concealer when I just put my Light Boost and my other highlighter, but the reason why I put this is because they do crease, so I need something that's not going to crease. Another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get a very dark foundation. I'm using the color NC50, and I know you're probably wondering why I'm not using a brush. I tend to use my finger because I notice that when I use a brush, it is very heavy and more harder to blend. After you're completely done blending this, we're gonna start actually highlighting with powders. And of course, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I'm gonna be using 2 colors, the color Fawn and that color right there. So I'm gonna be using those 2 colors, and as you guys can see, I tend to put a lot of pressure on my head. I don't know how else to explain it, but this is how I get a very contoured cheek. And of course, I know it looks a lot heavy right now, you guys, but we are gonna be blending this once we're done contouring our entire face. Just basically look at how I'm doing it, and that's basically how I contour my entire face and when I really want it to look. So of course I'm using the other color, which is called Havana. So as you guys can see, I only use the color Havana and Fawn together. And I'm going back with my actual Morph brush, that flat brush that I've been talking about so much, and I'm using the color Fawn to just very crease it. And of course we're not going to keep that much of a crease. We are going to go back and blend it once we're done actually with this process. Now I'm going to go in with the color Banana, and I'm going to be putting this below my eyes so that I won't get any creases throughout the night. And I'm also going to be using that to, help that contour. And then I'm going to go lightly and blend it lightly. You guys, I know that you guys might be thinking, why is it so dark? But we're going to go in with the color Peaches by NYX Cosmetics, and then we're going to be blending this completely together. So once everything's done, you guys are going to see how it turns out, and it's not going to be that harsh. But of course, we want to do this so that in the pictures that you guys are taking, whether you're going to prom, whether you're a bridesmaid, whether you're just using this for something else, so that you can very much see this on the pictures. And this is basically how it's turning out. One thing that we are going to go to do is we're going to be contouring our nose with the color Fawn and a kind of like a very stiff brush. You don't have to do this, you guys. I'm just doing this so that you guys can see if you guys want to try it, if you guys are wondering how it would look like. This is how I typically do it. So I do it with powder and sometimes with a different color foundation, and then I go ahead and blend. But what I do use my Anastasia contour kit is I kind of put this in between my nose with the color Banana to kind of soften the look, and this is basically how it's looking like. This is how my eyes look, you guys, and now what do you guys think is missing? I am gonna go in and put my white eyeliner. I love doing this. I know you guys can definitely put black eyeliner if that's what you like. And then lastly on my eyes, I'm going to be using the color Knockout, and I'm going to be putting that below on that section. And then I'm going to be putting a lot of mascara. I am a true believer that you should put mascara underneath your eyes because it helps your eyes look a lot healthier and bigger. And this is basically how it's looking like. I loved my eyes, you guys have no idea. But now we're going to go in and we're going to do our lips. And I'm using the color Natural by NYX. And I'm obviously going to be using a bunch of freaking lipsticks. First, I'm going to be using the color Taupe by MAC, and then once I'm done with that, I'm going to be using the color, I believe it's Pink Plaid, and then I'm going to be mixing it with another lipstick, which is by NYX, to just give it a glow. And the color that I'm using, for which is NYX, is the color Ceto, and as you guys can see, it gave it a hint of glow, which is what I really liked. And that's basically it, you guys. I did not include a highlighter on my cheeks, but you guys can definitely do that. I wanted to keep it a bit more natural, and yeah, that's my regular hair. But that's basically how it is. If you guys want to see a tutorial on this hairstyle, I do have it recorded, but I'm just waiting to see if you guys want to see this hairstyle. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you guys haven't, and if you guys are going to prom, congratulations, and if you guys are using it for something else, well, just let me know. But that's basically it. Thank you guys so much for watching.